Goodness, Monkley with the dive.
What a beautiful charge dash from Meldon to save him. That faster?
Is that faster?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this time.
Milton gets it from it.
Oh, this is what a save!
Oh, big flat.
Oh my god,
Yo everyone, welcome back to more Ori. You've all heard the spiel a million times. On commentary, I am Grimelios, and I am joined by some Canadian guy. What's up?
Hey, how's it going, eh?
Oh my god. That's Sigma. So we have a match to you today coming out of the Thornfelt Swamp group. This is Zephyros versus Mad Insane. Sigma, you want to jump into the brackets and whatnot?
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a real good match here, you know?
Jesus Christ.
We got some good players here. It's about time to get this one underway.
Boy, that is I'm just completely taken out of it. I've lost my entire train of thought. There are some numbers on the screen. They probably mean something to someone.
Yeah, maybe. Sorry,
maybe.
I went with that one a little bit too far, I think.
No, you went with it in appropriate amount. I enjoyed it. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, so okay. Zephyros, one of our runners here, is currently 0-2 in her group. Her PB is a 40.07, so just over 40, almost has a sub 40 PB in her personal, well, that's her PB. Her best race time is sitting at a 43.54 compared to Mad Insane, who has a better PB at 37.03, but has a very comparable race time. And then I guess we can jump into the stats from each runner as well, Sig.
Yeah, the thing that really jumps out to me on this page right off the bat is that 54-minute improvement to Zephyros' PB since the start of the tournament. She just basically learned the run. And, you know, right at the beginning of the tournament, had maybe 1 or 2 runs done, and then just really brought the time down a lot and quickly. So definitely improving very fast. And since their race times are pretty close, I think this match is going to be quite interesting.
Right. Mad is someone who's been with Ori for quite some time. He originally started way back in about December of 2016, and he's been very active with Ori in general, but he's been spending more of his time with the randomizer mod that you created, Sigma, as opposed to the all skills run. So Mad is maybe a little bit rustier than you might expect, given the differences between their PBs. So yeah, like you said, I'm very excited to see what will hopefully be a very close race. Some other miscellaneous facts, as you can see, both Zeph and Mad are on keyboard mouse, so we won't get any silly controller KBM Civil War things today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today. Zeph also runs Holland at 106%, so we have multiple Metroidvania speedruns in the works.
Oh yeah, gotta love some Metroidvanias.
Oh, yeah. Imagine if they made a sequel to Ori. I heard about one once, but it's been so long that I wonder if it was just a fever dream.
You know, I heard it was coming out, as they say, soon.
Well, that just all of my fears. Soon TM. Okay, we're going to be getting the race started soon. We have our nice curve transition. SRL is counting down. We're going to wait for the little bits and bytes to go through the internet tubes, and then we'll be getting this thing underway.
Yeah, the tubes take a while because Mad's, you know, on the other side of the world. They have to flip the data from being upside down to normal before we can see it over here. So
yeah, over there in I don't actually know where Matt's from exactly. I should know. He's from somewhere. He's far away. That's fine. All right, we have a race going. We're gonna go off to the left. Unlike to the right, that may be confusing to players who have played such classics as Super Mario Brothers. But it turns out that there are 2 different directions you can go in this game. Like, you can go left or you can go right. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. When you first played this game, Grim, did you go to the right or did you go left at the start?
That's a good question. I don't know. I could make up a story if you want about going right and hitting the spikes, but I actually don't remember.
All right. Well, the stories are a dime a dozen, so let's just look at the race. So both players picking up sign here, pretty much in sync. They're gonna try to get through this Frunky fight cleanly. Oh no, Mad pulled off a color code, and he got an absolutely god-awful color. This is exactly why you don't color code, but here we go. He's invisible for Glades.
He's just applying an extra challenge. Both of these guys are on KBM, which means that they both have access to the quick scroll wheel shooting, which they both used almost identically. Both Mad and Zeph are pretty much exactly in sync, which is not unexpected. I mean, you could take the best runner in the world and the worst runner in the world, like, say, Ronnie versus Terra, and they'd probably be pretty close for right up to this point. I had to do one.
I'm surprised if that's going to be the only one. Both players getting a little bit bad luck on the jump pad there. If you get the experience to fall in the right way, you can get the pickup animation at the top, but they both get slowed down a little bit. Zephyros actually killed the slime at the top of the jump pad and intentionally jumped into the experience, so looking to be high on experience, I think, coming in towards wall jump.
The risk there, of course, is we hope that Zeph is not going to level up early. It can be easy to do if you're not paying close attention. It is nice that Zeph seems to be aware. Nice little touch on that spike there, too, by Zeph. So Matt is going to take a small early lead with a slightly faster Ghost Door. Zeph's Ghost Door is also pretty quick, though, because the fish cooperated in helping with Zeph take a faster death than just waiting for the poison water. Still not too much to speak of. I mean, this is a few seconds in Mad Insane's favor, which is nice, but it's not too meaningful before wall jump.
Yeah, the interesting thing is Zeph actually got another slime before the second Keystone in Glades, and I'm not sure if that one was intentional. Jumping over the 2 experience there, so, okay, it was intentional, or this is an adaptation to the experience. Man, getting beat up a bit, but a health drop from the slime will help out a little bit. So Zeph did skip the 5 experience flower in the loop, so everything now makes sense to me again.
I hope her experience is okay, though, because Zeph is at 2 health, which means unless this thing dropped the health, which it did not... Oh, it did?
It actually did. So
it's a little bit hidden.
Going to not damage boost, though, it's kind of spooky to go down here at 1 health, so didn't get too many experience drops, and looks like the level up timing will work out.
Okay, it all worked out fine in the end. The experience in this game, as we said, is important, but it's generally not important to the point where you need to, like, literally count every experience. Some runners will, but it's sort of just more important that you level up sort of at the right time and you have a little bit of leeway otherwise. So it's really just this area and then through Blackroot Burrows where you have to pay a little bit closer attention. And then after that, you're usually in the clear as far as experience goes, as long as you just sort of get the right pieces of experience, the orbs and whatnot.
Yeah, pretty much after that, it's impossible to go too high on experience, and it's really, really easy to not be too low. Like, I think nearly, oh my gosh, Mad taking a little bit of a hit from the spikes there. This is kind of an uncomfortable situation in the early game, because you don't have much energy and much health. Taking damage like that will stick for a while. Ooh, Zeph having a little bit of trouble with this hanging rock. Almost gets him on the second try. The rock's settled down now, so they're... Oh gosh, goodness
That's what you were talking about. That's why it's scary, for exactly that reason. If you die in this wall jump era, you get sent back to wall jump, and it just feels bad, man, every time.
It's really rough, and you see all kinds of runners take these kind of deaths. Like, it's easy to just get a little bit nervous and jump a bit too far, take damage from those spikes, and then you're just in an awful situation from then on. So Mad's progressing through more smoothly this time. He didn't get damaged, but it is going to open up a pretty big lead for Zeph as she heads over towards Blackroot Burrows now.
I view that as more of a fluke, though. Like, I don't think that's indicative of, like, a problem that Mad Insane has to fix. It's just the Ori early game can be a little bit mean sometimes. I don't think he has to really change too much, just sort of has to keep playing.
Yeah, he does have a notable advantage in PB time, so this is not really a big concern, I think, for him. You generally expect when you're comparing runners with disparate PBs that the faster runner will always catch up in the late game, because that's where it really starts to show how much time you've put into the game, how much you've optimized things.
Well, and as we talked about at the start of this thing, Mad Insane may be a little bit rusty in all skills, but he's still just been with Ori in general for quite a lot longer than Zeph, and so that will also contribute to Mad's general movement and strategies probably being a hair faster all in all, although he still does have to play cleanly in order to catch up.
Yeah, that's for sure. So we're probably going to see Zeph hold this lead, I would estimate, at least until the Ginso tree, barring any kind of really nasty deaths, which I really hope we don't see. But Mad will hopefully catch up the gap a little bit, maybe we'll see a bit of sync going into Valley or something like that. So Zeph's heading through Blackroot. nice so far. Has to try to make a nice laser and platform cycle at the end of this lantern part. And this movement's been really good, so I think this will be pretty easy to make the cycle. Could probably even afford to do a reload, but I don't know if Zeph goes for that. Honestly, the reloads are a huge headache, and they don't save much time, so he's not going to go for that.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of things like that in the run. Like, it's nice if you can have little saves. Like, Mad just did an exit reload to manipulate cycles a little bit. But they're not really necessary. They're necessary if you want to maybe get a 28, but not really apart from that. You can get really ridiculously good times and avoid a lot of the really silly strats.
Okay, so we've got to keep our eyes on Mad on the right here if he makes this platform after the reload or not, and it looks like he's gonna miss it, so that's actually really painful. He ate the reload time and ate an additional 8 seconds waiting for the cycle, just because he didn't want to risk dying to the laser. If he wanted to make the cycle, he would have had to be a little more aggressive on those jump pads. Not a bad decision, since things didn't go quite according to plan on his way over there, but that time loss is going to hurt. And actually, this platform manipulation from Mad, by waiting on the left side of the platform he was on, he sets up the next room, which Zeph is currently in, but it was incredibly aggressive. So if he makes this cycle, he'll save, a little bit of time, but it is very likely that he can miss it here. So let's see. Oh, no.
Maybe he could have made that with a perfectly timed jump, but like you said, that was very tight timing.
Yeah, so he tried to cut the corners in 2 different places and actually dropped about 16 seconds in Blackroot here. So Zeph actually opening up more of a lead for herself here, and he's got to be feeling good about that here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to apply the commentator's curse to Zeph, but Zeph came into Blackroot Burrows in the lead, and Blackroot Burrows is a very easy area to take a nasty fall and lose time, and Zeph didn't. So, credit to her, this is a tricky area for anyone, especially for someone who is relatively new. Zeph deciding to take a quick safety save on the Spirit Well, which she can afford to do and is just kind of nice anyway. It means if you have trouble with Frankie Walk, you don't get sent all the way back to dash, and it only loses you, what, like 5-ish seconds or so to make that save?
Yeah, it's not bad. Plus it gives you an extra health because you take a damage boost on your way out of Blackroot, so that can be helpful for the Frankie Walk. If things go awry and the Frankie gets his chair out and gives you a whack, then, you'll be okay to still damage boost the spikes. But this is looking good for Zeph. Nice Frankie Walk here. And Mad heading out of Blackroot now. So this is still a pretty tense moment, though. Zeph has to pull this off correctly and not, miss this level up and not have any problems in this upcoming section, because you can't save for quite some time here. So Frankie Walk's okay. Let's see how the Death Gauntlet goes.
This early game is just fraught with hazards. Here, there's a slime, there's poison water, there's another chair-wielding Deuterino up here. There's that thing which can touch you. There's the little brambly spore guys that can... Okay, there they go. See ya. So I was going to go up on this thing. Looks like she made it through the Death Gauntlet just fine. She's not fully out of the woods, but with that safety save, she is basically out of the woods. Let's see if Mad Insane on the right side can keep pace and also have no issues. I hope so.
Yeah, good Frankie Walk for Mad there. He's got the kill, and he gets a safety energy, so he can opt to place a save right here and eliminate all the risk. But he's like, nah, I'm not going to die in the Death Gauntlet. Who dies in the Death Gauntlet? It's not like it's called the Death Gauntlet. So he's just going to go without saving, because he knows what's up. And yeah, no problems for Mad.
The Happiness Gauntlet. The Fun Gauntlet. That's what we should call it.
Yeah, fun. Like Funland. It's like an amusement park. You ride the Crushers. You hope that you don't get flung off by the, shaky construction processes that have gone on. There's no railings.
Just like a real carnival.
Yeah.
You hope you don't die every time you go on a ride.
Alright, let's see if Mad can nail this cycle on the right here. Not quite. Very close, but not quite.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird ramp. You have to get up to the point really quickly, and then that energy crystal can block you. And to get the early grotto cycle, you have to ramp off of it in the correct way using a dash, and it's just kind of precise is all.
Yeah, for a really long time we thought that was impossible, because it's just a lot of stuff that has to go right for it to work. Really nice blind movement coming out of double jump from Zeph all the way to the top of the right wall, as Mad is heading down into double jump now. I think he might have made up a little bit of time as Ghost Door was a bit better going to double jump, but still quite a big lead for Zeph at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, credit to both sides. Mad had that early death, which is primarily what's putting him behind. I have to imagine that if Mad didn't take that death and everything else progressed exactly the same as it had, we would have almost a tie game. It'd be pretty close.
Yeah, let's see how Zeph's grotto skip attempts. This trick is a precise jump off the wall. overall, already taking 2 tries at it and missed. So this is giving Matt a little bit of a window to catch up. Not the easiest jump.
Oh, close.
Oh man. Got the wall jump but didn't turn in time, so he's going to have to go for it again. And now the platform is swinging. This makes it more difficult. Jumping from a position.
It's so rough, dude.
Very,
just
yeah.
the way that this trick works out. Okay, nicely done by Zeph. The way that trick works out is if you mess up, you tend to make the platform swing more and more, just kind of based on the timing of the trick. And thankfully Zeph is through, but if Matt can get this first try, okay, that's what he needed. We have a much closer race than we had just a minute ago.
Yeah, that's a big catch-up point for Mad there. That trick is not easy, but it's been in pretty much every category for forever, so Mad has lots of experience with it. And Zeph having a little bit of trouble with this optimal jump up the right side as well, so taking a few attempts at that. Mad's flipping this a little bit as well. He's going to go over to the left, and then he'll be up to the jump that Zeph was having trouble with. But this is these grotto walls. This section is deceptively difficult to do optimally, and yeah, he's going to have 2 attempts at that as well.
That one jump right there is just... Again, like you watch an experienced runner do it, it doesn't look like anything, but it takes practice. It's actually a relatively small window where you can make that jump. Anyway.
Yeah, it's quite tough.
We expected a close race going into this, and it is what we're getting so far. Zeph was in the lead, then made some mistakes, and Mad caught up a little bit, but then Mad made some slight mistakes, and so Zeph has sort of increased her lead by just a hair coming out of this thing. This is absolutely anybody's game. Assuming that neither runner has too many issues getting the Ginso tree, we're going to probably be maybe close to tied by the time we get there. It'll be pretty close.
Yeah, we're pretty much operating on the same save point for both runners right now, so any death by either of them will shift the lead. And by that I mean any death for Zeph, because she's in the lead.
Right. Well, there's a time level up for Zeph. It's kind of nice. You get to just wreck that little froggy for free. Zeph is also going to take a trip up top to get an extra ability cell using a double jump, which isn't too hard, but it can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, this is easier than Grotto Skip, but yeah, you know, taking a couple of attempts at it there.
I mean, right now it is just seconds here and there, you know, that may or may not let Mad catch up. Of course, it's also possible that Mad will have similar issues with these jumps. It's just exciting to see a close race, to be quite honest.
That's for sure.
Zeph made a pit stop at a gas station. She needed some gas, and now she's gonna head on towards a big tree. It's very tall. Very much.
One might say you have to go up it.
You could say that its y coordinate is big. That's a stretch.
Yeah.
It's not vertically challenged. It's a tall dungeon. Verticality. Said it.
If you cut down the Ginso tree, it would actually hit Mount Hort on its way down. That's how tall it is.
It probably would, honestly. So Zeph is inside this area that's quite tall. She's going to be working through the first few rooms and the safety save there. I like that call to make the safety save. You have the free energy anyway. Like, you can make that safety save and it doesn't cost you anything in terms of additional time, because unlike the late game, we can't use our energy for much additional speed here. It's all about just basic running and jumping and wall jumping and those sorts of fun skills. Many runners will decide not to take a safety save in the second room. I think, did Matt take one as well? Maybe not.
I don't know. If he did, it's lost in the portals. But like you said, it's a harmless safety save to take. You aren't using that energy for anything, so you might as well make the save.
Oh god. Okay, Zeph took damage on the left. I think she's okay. Yeah, she'll be okay. Although maybe going into this this mini boss up here at low health, we will see.
It's a little uncomfortable because a direct hit from the mini boss's shot or a fall into the spikes during the mini boss will be a one-shot kill. So Zeph could opt to save to heal 1 health before this fight, but that would take away her ability to save leading into the next section. Is going to opt instead to grab the health flower. I actually really like that decision. Take a short little pit stop. Yeah. She knows she's a little bit ahead, so let's just make sure that the mini boss can't at least one hit kill you. Oh, good lord. Well, there's the 2-hit kill, but
well, that's where the autosaves comes into play. This is
now we're really close. If Matt has a good boss fight here, I think actually Matt already has more damage because Zeph got a despawn.
I think so too. Yeah, we're fighting the fluke marm here. I think I'm gonna start filling this run with Hollow Knight references, given Zeph. You can't kill this thing extremely quickly. You used to be able to with Charge Flame, but since that has long been routed out of the run, you have to plink it to death. And as expected, Madensane just took the lead. He took out his mini boss, made a nice safety save at the end of the Fluke Marm fight, and now we're gonna go ahead and continue onward to Bash. But Zeph is just right behind, so we did get the lead change, but it's still extremely close.
Yeah, that's for sure. Both runners have their health set here to 3. Oh, well, okay. They were trying to do a manipulation to get. Oh no! Oh gosh!
Oh god!
Holy crow! Okay, wow. So yeah, Mad accidentally got the health from Flower there, which means he's gonna have to take 2 hits to die here. Zeph has the health manipulation correct and can just die in 1 hit quickly. So gaining a little bit of time there. We're gonna have synced tree animations here at Bash. So wow, this is even right up. And this next part is gonna be telling as to who's gonna come out ahead out of Ginso.
I have to imagine that key dupe is going to be the next major trick. Key dupe, for anyone who doesn't know, is short for key duplication because we duplicate keystones, and thus we called it key dupe. It's a trick that most runners won't mess up too badly. Your positioning just has to be correct. Looks like Mad is maybe trying to do some double bashes and had some issues. That's going to let Zeph take the lead by just a hair here. In a moment, we're going to see Zeph take a save point. I'm guessing on the lower platform. Yeah, you can make it on the higher platform, but it's kind of weird. So just she decided not to. Is going to just damage boost because Zeph is going to be intentionally dying in just a moment. She has to pick up 3 keystones and then get to a pretty precise location before the door. Let's see if she can get in there cleanly. Okay, opting to play it a bit safe, which is okay.
Well, watch how Mad does this. He might fall directly
Zeph,
into the spikes.
Sorry to interrupt. Zeph did not get her key dupe.
Oh,
I don't think.
That's a big deal. Okay, Mad plays it safe as well, and he gets the key dupe first try. He has the upper platform save as well, so it's going to open up a lead for Mad. So let's watch Zeph over on the left. On her second attempt at key dupe, she has to just barely fall into the edge of these spikes, and at 4 health has to take 2 hits, so that's kind of annoying as well. But there's one, and oh, that was nice. Kind of just managed to stand there. That doesn't always happen. Depends on how you get pushed by the spikes.
Well, this is kind of what we talked about earlier. I mean, it is primarily Zeph making some mistakes in the mini boss and that key dupe that let Mad take the lead, but Mad has been playing pretty cleanly as well, and he's just been scraping pack seconds here and there, and now he has the lead. There's still plenty of time. The next major obstacle for Mad Insane is going to be the swamp entry using a frog, and so if Mad has any issues with that, that could be another opportunity for Zeph to catch up. It's absolutely anybody's game yet.
Yeah. Some fun history, actually, is the discoverer of this means of entering swamp was Mad Insane. He
Was it
found
really?
For use in the randomizer, and we saw him doing it, and he mentioned it. He's like, oh, you can get into swamp like this. And we're like, oh, cool. We'll add it to the randomizer. And then about a month later, we're like, wait a second. This is faster in all skills as well. So indirectly, Mad Insane discovered the route for this usage of swamp entry in all skills. So I think he'll be able to pull it off pretty well.
We have found a lot of cool things through tournaments in this game, both all skills and randomizer. But to pay attention to the right side, Mad Insane is about to go grab this frog. He's going to hopefully not dunk it in the water. There you go. He's going to bash it up again. Zephyros is right behind. Okay, so Mad did accidentally have the frog take a dunk. This frog is not of the... I don't know. It's not a normal frog, apparently.
It's surprisingly not very amphibious, despite being a frog.
That's right. Oh god, he did not touch the water, apparently, just sort of licked it, but that's okay. It only damages you if it touches your body. So Mad on keyboard mouse is going to be taking his double bash to try to get through this thing. And he's through. Zeph did the blind movement, which Mad did not do, so immediately we have Zeph right behind. If Zeph can get this first try, because Mad didn't get it first try, that could be a way for Zeph to catch up, get a nice Hunter's Journal entry for this froggy, get it out of the way.
Okay, so getting the frog up there, and looks like we'll be going for the non-double bash setup. This is marginally slower, but way safer, and if you miss the double bash, you're not going to lose a whole bunch of time. So trying to manipulate the shot height. Not quite get it, but doesn't kill the frog, so it's going to take a second attempt here. You have to make sure that you're just up against this roof as the second shot fires. That one looks good to me, and there we go.
Okay, and even when you get through, I always want to wait a moment because that rhino can mess you up if you're not careful. You'll see many runners decide to take a safety save just after the trick. Zeph didn't, but she didn't die, so it's all fine. Mad on the right still does have a lead, but not by very much. Mad just picked up Stomp, and Zeph is heading up to get the Stomp true as well. So we're within, I don't know, maybe 20-ish seconds or so. Just really rough estimate, I'd say, something like that.
Yeah, about that, 20, 30, something like that. So Mad's got to do, he's going to grab this experience here to get another level up. And then he's got to do a manipulation move with this frog. Once again, he's our best friend, Ringo here. He's going to pound on that rock a little bit, make a bunch of noise, and we're going to grab this ability cell.
Did you call him Ringo? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is... Oh, God!
Oh, that's a laser.
What a safety save, though.
Yeah. When you don't skip that cutscene, there are lasers there. I'm actually not sure. We might see lasers from Zeph as well. I know I saw them flash on during her cutscene skip earlier. Mad's gonna do another cutscene. Never mind. Mad's gonna reload a file and then do a cutscene skip. We'll see how this goes next time.
This is what Zeph needs to catch up, though. I was going to mention explicitly for this Kurok. Okay, Mad got through the second time. If Mad had missed that, that probably would have been enough for Zeph to maybe catch up right there, which means that now Zephyros has to catch that in order to keep pace. Mad using all of these deep nest spiders to get over to the energy cell to see if Zeph can keep pace. This is a very precise cutscene skip, much more difficult than it looks. That is okay. So that's unfortunate, and Zeph decided to not take a backup safety save. It turns out that if you miss that cutscene skip once, it is still faster to reload a save and try it, but only if you get it the second time. And so Zeph just said, you know what, I'm just going to take the time loss and that'll be fine.
Yeah, you lose 17 seconds to watch it. You lose 13 seconds to reload and get it on the second try. But so if you're not feeling good about getting it on the second try, it's better just to watch it and not lose 26 or something like that.
That's right. Zeph is also going after a health cell that in this area that we generally call the spider coves. That Mad, I believe, did not go for. It's a bit of early safety, which is a health cell that we see pretty commonly collected by many newer runners.
Yeah. Nice kind of reverse stomp stall from Zeph there. The jump into the stomp into the bash to get across those spikes, so smooth movement there. It's going to be progressing on towards Valley. Now that fifth health cell that Zeph picked up is kind of an investment. It gives you one spike hit in Sorrow, which is pretty nice. It's easier to get in. And you need 5 health eventually. Oh goodness. Everything's okay.
Okay, we're good.
I think that bait worked. He's going to be down there.
Yeah, you want that frog down there because then you can use him to bash back out and you don't have to waste half an energy and a handful of seconds going around the long way. The frog can also be a little bit wonky sometimes, though, in how it moves around, and it can touch you in midair.
It didn't come down? I was sure it was going to do another jump. It's going to, like, slide down the edge as we get over here. There
Yep.
Good frog.
That's exactly what we were talking about. Its physics are just a little bit strange. So Zeph made the right play in trying to get it down. She just got just a little bit unlucky. Matt, by the way, also got his early charge dash, which is a route that you also go for, Sigma, I believe.
Yeah, it just gives you a little bit faster movement through this section. It's basically a wash with not doing it, but, you know, it can be nice for some reason. Okay, Matt, everything's fine. I thought it wasn't. Okay, never mind. Everything's terrible. He missed the shot.
Now, on the right side, well, no, yeah, you're good. You just said what I was going to say. Disregard. False alarm.
Alright, so Mad's gonna go for this again. No, he's not.
What just happened with that shot?
I think he dashed as soon as he bashed, and that like took away his bash invulnerability and caused a shot that was in his hitbox to just hit him right away.
Well, I guess the more salient point there is that Mad did miss his fast Stompless, as we said. He is still in the lead as he's going to be picking up Kuro's Feather real soon, and Zeph is going to get her attempts. I actually don't know offhand whether Zeph is going to go for fast Stompless. I should know that, but I don't. So it'll be a fun little
You'd
mystery.
think that we'd have a document that would tell us, but reading is hard, so we're just going to sign it. She's going for it. Because that was definitely a skipped ability cell, so if she can nail this trick, that's going to be a nice window to catch up. Making a safety save here, just in case stuff goes right. Ooh, yeah, just throw that one into the ground. That shot was in a terrible position. Okay. We have exciting stuff on both sides. Zeph is going for this trick, whereas Matt on the right is going to head up to the Howling Cliffs, eventually heading towards the crown of Hollow Nest at the top where the Sunstone resides. He's going to take an intentional death to reset the birds. Cool tricks happening on both sides of the screen. I'm trying to kind of keep eyes on both. Yeah, so Zeph missed the fast Stompless. That save is going to come in handy. The spiders sent her to a spiky grave, so we're going to go for it again. Now that shot looks good, but now, oh, that spike hit makes me think it might have hit the wall before it despawned. Matt's having a little bit of trouble with Zorobash in the meantime, but let's see. Zeph actually got it. Wow, that worked. That's really good.
That was ultra close.
Yes. Oh
man! Oh my God!
Charge dash, what?
What a beautiful charge dash by Matt, insane to save himself.
I'm pretty sure that one was so far it actually dropped in energy, but he knows because his UI is on, so he should be able to adapt to this. He's either gonna float here or he's gonna grab an extra cell. He's gonna opt to float.
Yeah, that's fine. He's saying, you know what, I'm on super low health. I'm at 1 energy. Let's just play it safe. Yep, that's a good call too. Matt is not going to be able to do a Ghost Door, but Ghost Door does not save that much time anyway. It saves more time to just watch the door animation than it does to die and get sent all the way down.
Yeah, and this can be a judgment call based on the race state as well. He's watching the restream, so he knows he's ahead. So he's like, well, what do I need, you know, a 5-second save from Ghost Door for when I just need to make sure that I don't lose like a minute here in Sorrow? So making the safe play. And that save is still going to be there, so he can use it for his Terror Break later. Zeph's coming into Sorrow Bash. Doesn't get it right away, but let's see how these subsequent attempts go for her.
I really want to see Zeph get this very, very quickly. Mad is through. I mean, he's made it to charge jump, so he does have a pretty sizable lead here. That one looks good from Zeph above the spikes. Yeah. That was quick. That wasn't first try, but that was, I think, second try. Maybe third. It was pretty quick.
Yeah, I think it was second try, so a little bit faster than Mad in that regard. And because she didn't have to do some crazy, like, long-distance charge dash, her energy is what she expects it to be here. Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! Okay, this is not good for Zeph. 1 energy, 1 health. Oh!
My God! You know what? She's just testing the accuracy of the hitbox. Turns out they're sometimes accurate.
Okay.
Oh no!
Zeph taking a bite out of the chips in the all-dressed alley. They were pretty spicy.
I just wanted to take a moment there, Sig. I heard what you said.
Alright, so next Sorrow attempt for Zeph. Doesn't quite get the shot high enough. We'll have to do another rocket jump here. Mad's progressing along, so we're gonna get a bit of a high 5 here at this shaft. And okay, rocket jumping up once again. Doesn't get the full height for Zeph though, and down to 0 energy, but this time with 5 health instead of 1. We'll be able to handle one of these chips.
That is good. You wouldn't want to eat too much and get indigestion.
That's right.
Mad tried to do a weave on the way down. Did make it out of Sorrow. I would expect to see a safety save. We did not see a safety save. Mad did burn in energy though.
His energy is actually like really terrible right now. Only 1, so he must have burned some leaving Sorrow.
He can't rocket jump off this frog or he's going to be out.
Yeah, this is really, really nasty. You very much want at least 1 energy left, so you can do repeated charge dashes with cancels. But at 2 HP only, you would also want the safety save so that you don't get one-shot by the spikes. He's going to opt to burn his last energy on that rocket jump, and is going to have to do some slightly improvised movement through this part now, because you're used to having charge dash here, and he's going to pick up this energy, so we'll be able to charge dash now, and no! Immediately burns the energy! 1 health, 0 energy. Oh,
no
man.
safety saves either. Has not saved that I've seen, unless I missed one.
Yeah, I didn't see one since, you know, Sorrow either, and is not going to go to the right to get the other energy. Mad's like, oh, it's fine. 1 health, it's fine.
Dude, I don't want to curse it. Mad is almost a climb, and once you get a skill tree in this game like climb, you get a save point and you get your health and energy fully refilled. So Mad just has to make it through this and not touch the frog. Good awareness to bash off that frog rather than just trying to dash through it in midair. Touching it would have killed him, and he's made it to climb. If Mad had taken a death there, he would have been sent back super far, and it would have been almost tied just like that. It wasn't, but that was close.
Yeah, that part is not super difficult, but it's really unnerving because you haven't saved for so long, and a death is incredibly costly. Like, the game would almost be tied right now if Matt had died in that section, but he did not die. Having a little bit of trouble with this post-climb movement, but things aren't as scary for him now because he has a very close save, and he could opt to place another safety save here if he wants, or he can just take a dip into the spikes, and, you know, his save's close, it's okay.
And Matt just took damage again. Yeah, this second half of Green Path here can be kind of difficult because, like you said, it's not too bad if you die. You tend to get sent back just right to the climb tree. But Matt, both times out of climb here, has just taken a little bit of damage. These little animals are just sort of having their way with Ori and causing him some grief.
Yeah, I'm glad he waited until now to start taking some of these deaths, because it would have been really, really painful to take it in the section that Zeph's moving through because of his lack of saves, but they add up. Like, you can't take this many hits into the spikes and, you know, maintain a huge lead. Like, he has a big advantage right now, but he's gotta get through this section cleanly, and I'm pretty sure he has 2 damage on him again.
Yeah, he did. He got hit by the falling slime. Zeph has been making it through very nicely, though. We still didn't see a safety save from Mad, so Zeph is making her way through this. She's actually progressing through Misty Woods faster than Mad did because Zeph has that energy for charge dashes that Mad accidentally burned. So Zeph, I think, is gaining time here. Certainly gained time from like Sunstone, given those deaths by Mad Insane.
Yeah,
if Mad dies again...
Yeah, he hasn't saved still, and he is at one-shot territory to basically everything in here. Zeph taking a hit from the spikes, but still has good health, so is okay for now, and will be able to get to climb from the looks of things. Mad heading up to the 4th keystone, I would really not be surprised to see a save here, and will place one.
Yeah, very smart call there. I know that both of our runners here are watching each other, so Mad knows that he's in the lead. I have a feeling he might make that safety save anyway. Sometimes when you're running or you run into a situation where your pride comes into play and it's like, no, I'm not going to make a safety save. But then at the same time, you think maybe I just shouldn't like die and lose the race.
Yeah, you know, pretty good strategy. Don't die.
Yeah. So Mad on the right is coming up to the Mantis Lords. Let's see how quickly he can take them out. Took them out very, very quickly, so he's going to gain entrance to Deep Nest just after this. While Zephyros on the left took damage on the spikes. We'll see if she makes a safety save. Did not. So Zeph is going to have to be very careful to avoid damage, or maybe make another safety save at one of these locations here. She is not, so Zeph is just going to go for it. I like that.
All right, so yeah, she knows she's behind, so she's saying, well, I've got to go fast. Like, you know, if I save and die, then the gap might be too much anyways. I've just got to play fast, do my best, and hope everything goes well. But, you know, I would not be surprised to see a save at the 4th keystone. This is a very common place to save, and she's going to place one before crossing the pit. Not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, you don't need all of your energy. I mean, optimally, yeah, you'd use it all for a whole bunch of C dashes, but it's really hard to do those optimally, even if you have the energy, and it's much better to not die. So Zeph pretty soon is going to be coming up on her double mini-boss fight as well, whereas Mad has made it out of some of the more difficult areas of the run. In my opinion, this revisit to Blackroot is one of the easier sections of the run, especially compared to, like, Sorrow and Misty. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, pretty much once you kill the mini-boss in Misty, it's sort of like the victory lap for the run. There's still a few difficult things left, but by then... Oh, no! Ooh, that's a really bad death from Zeph there, getting beaten up by the mini-bosses there, and has to re-grab the 4th keystone. At least it did have this safety save, but that one hurts. That's quite costly.
I mean, that's what we talked about, though. Imagine if she didn't have that safety save. She'd be back all the way to climb. So, you know, it's good that she made the safety save. Mad has made it through this Blackroot revisit just fine. He's deciding to do a lot of this movement semi-blind behind his ability menu so that he can make that save and skip the old-fashioned father cutscene more quickly. So with that, Mad is going to make his way to Light Grenade.
Here comes Zeph on mini-boss fight number 2 with 1 health, now 2 health. This is 1 energy, opting not to save because...
Oh, God!
Oh, boy.
Okay. One more.
This is fine. There's 1 boss left. Just going for the Bash Reflect. The charge jump or a Bash Reflect will kill it now. Playing it safe.
Close.
Just making sure she doesn't take any damage. And got through it. Whew.
Good job. So Mad, also, I want to say, I did notice, Mad Insane, when you watch this back, that you're going for your grenade jumps. Mad died, that's going to send him back to the grenade tree. It's not going to be horrifically costly for him, because he still has a very comfortable lead, but he gets to show off some more swag grenade jumps, which is pretty fun.
Oh my god, Zeph, holy smokes, is that 2 health? Really fell on the spikes.
1 health!
1 health. I don't know if she saved or not after the boss. Oh my gosh, get her. Oh, get out of
the energy is evaporating, and Mad died again. What is happening?
Oh my word. Okay, gotta calm down. Okay, just gonna dump all the energy out for Zeph. She's probably gonna take a save on the pad. Blades.
Mad took more damage from the frog. These lasers are insta-kill anyway, deciding to pause for a moment at the second one. Let's see if he tries to... Okay, no rocket jump, it's just going to head up. So Mad has to get through this Indiana Jones section where it doesn't honestly matter if he's at low health because the thing insta-kills you anyway, but he's only at 2 health, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful. Alright, so Mad is going to go off to the right, gets a health cell, turned off his UI to dodge the little dialogue. I couldn't think of the word dialogue, and now he's going to head towards his final objective. Mad has every skill in the game. Zeph almost has every single skill. This is still Mad Insane's game to win, but if Mad has any issues getting to Mount Horu, or has any issues in the escape, Zeph could still catch up.
Yeah, we mentioned how this last part of the game is generally easier than Sorrow and Misty, but as you approach the final area, Horu, you have a couple single frame tricks to pull off, which is not the easiest thing to do. Mad's going to opt for some extra safety here. He's going to grab the 6th health cell. That's going to make the final escape easier for him, and it's a perfectly good decision to do when you know you have the lead and you're saying, well, okay, I'm going to spend like 4 seconds getting the cell and make sure I don't take a minute long to get to the final escape.
That's right. We'll direct your attention to the right. Mad Insane has made it to the final dungeon, which is the Temple of the Black Egg. He has to go inside and do the Black Egg warp to get into the arena that stores the sealed vessel. Let's see if he can get it first try. This is a frame-perfect trick.
Yeah, watch Mad's screen here. I really wish I had played Hollow Knight more so that I could follow your references better, but I'm glad that you did. Okay, so Mad not getting it on the first try. In his last
Oh god!
Ooh, that's a Baneling.
Sorry, that was F. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, in his last race, it took him 6 tries to get it. Looks like that was 3rd.
I got it.
3rd or 4th. So he's in there. He's onto his final escape. Zeph's heading out a grenade now, but things aren't over for Mad. He may have 6 health, but he still can't take any damage in this escape, or
That's right.
he's gonna get sent back to the start. You need all of your health to do a damage boost at the end, and then you need to pull off a 1-frame trick to skip some of the final cutscene. Although he might not even do it. He might say, well, I just want to take the win, but best race time is still on the table here, so I would not be surprised for him to say, I also want to get my race time down for bracket seating, so let's just pull out all the stops.
That's right. Let's see how Mad can do. The White Palace is considered one of the more difficult platforms. Alright, I'm throwing in a lot of references here. For anyone who may be confused, I'm just constantly referencing Hollow Knight anyway. So Matt has to make it through this escape sequence, which is not the White Palace. He has to make a swim through the poison water at 6 health, so he's going to have a little bit of an easier time. He's going to bash off 1 fish, and the second fish well done. Now he just has to do a jump to despawn the Radiance. Well done. All right, now he just has to do the grenade jump.
Yep, no Radiance spawns. Never seen that.
This is probably really confusing for you anyway.
He misses the first one and just opts to finish the game. He says, I'm not going to sit here and retry grenade jump. You know, he sees Zeph coming up on a Horu and he says, well, like, you know, if he soft locks on by missing the inputs, you know, missing the angle or something like that, then he could lose the race. So he says, okay, well, let's take the win. I think that's a good decision.
Yeah, it feels really good to get the grenade jump at the end, and sometimes in the community we, you know, joke about getting the swag tricks and everything, but it is, like you said, a perfectly legitimate decision, especially since we know Mad is watching Zeph. He just said, you know what, if I mess this up, I could still lose. I'm just going to take the win. So Zeph on the left, before I get too far ahead of myself, is taking her attempts at door warp as well. Let's see if she can beat Mad's attempts. Got it first try.
Nailed it. Very nice.
Very, very cool. Okay, so now Zeph has to make it through this Death Gauntlet V 2.0. Dodge all the damage. Hopefully not have a bad time and instead have a good time. That's what we hope for in speedruns.
Yeah. Man, Zeph is playing really close to her PB here. I think it was something like a 40.06 or something like that, if I can remember the number correctly.
40.07 specifically is her PB.
Gosh, darn it. I don't think that you can make it to the end fast enough at this point to actually beat that time, but, you know, being close to your PB is always incredibly impressive.
She can also increase her best race time. Although Zeph has just barely over 40 as her PB, her best race time is a 43 something. I have it written down, 43.54. So she could smash her best race time and she can make it through this clean. The 6 health is going to help her survive, and she actually didn't need it. She only took 4 damage.
Very nice swim.
Yeah. Yeah, that swim is not easy. It's dependent on the position of the fish, and you have to be very, very tight in how you cut the corners. You can just barely get through it with 5 health. Let's see if she can get grenade jumps. Take my energy. Okay, not that one. Not that one. She has 1 half energy remaining. This is the one.
Nice. Last try. Gets it.
Well done. So that is not going to be a PB, but it's going to be super close.
Yeah, and like you said, this is going to help her best race time out. For cross-group seating, going into the bracket, we have to use best race time for each runner, because, you know, the record within your group obviously doesn't make sense when you're comparing to players from other groups. So both players improving their best race times by a fair chunk, almost 3 minutes each, I believe, in this race. So that's going to be good for them coming to brackets. Mad coming away with the win, perhaps, you know, expected because of his greater experience, but both these runners put on a really good show. Definitely really 30 seconds behind her PB when all's said and done, so really nice run from her as well.
I agree. I think that she'll be proud of that, and this is kind of what we expected going into this. I think that was a very exciting race. It could have been closer, But you know, Zeph just had a little bit of issues here and there. Mad, despite having some issues, did sort of show his experience and play a little bit cleaner. Still a super fun one to watch and a very fun one to commentate. I do want to see if we can get our two lovely runners in for an interview. So I'm going to mute myself for a moment and just see what that's about.
Yeah, we'll see if they want to come chat with us. But yeah, that was a fun race to watch. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed all the Hollow Knight references. I did, even though I don't know what the heck Garm was talking about. But I mean, that's normal for me. So
just in general, just I say things and you don't understand them.
I mean,
fair.
What?
Hollow Knight is a great game.
What?
Even though this is a an Ori race, really, Hollow Knight's a good game. That's okay. So I do see Zeph in on deck. So I think we'll be interviewing her. Let's see if Mad Insane would like to join as well. Maybe he's taking a moment to sort of catch his breath. Our restreamer's playing some fun tricks on us. You guys can't see it, but we can.
It's always a good time when Tara's manning the controls.
Totally. I do see Mad Insane in on deck as well. So we're just going to sort of verify that everything is in order. We're going to make sure all the technology is working as intended. And then we'll get them in for an interview in hopefully just a minute here.
Yeah, we'll talk to them soon.
How are you, Sigma? Meanwhile, while we have 30 seconds.
You know, I'm having a good time. I really like this beautiful race and such that we are seeing here.
How's the weather up there?
It's cold, and it's gonna snow a lot this week. So, you know, it could be better, but it's Canada and it's March, so what can I say?
It is March. I was about to say it's not, but it totally is. You're right.
I know, it catches you by surprise. You think there's gonna be another couple days of February there, and it's like, nope, it's over,
Nope,
man.
we're bamboozled every year. You'd think we would have learned by now, but I just haven't. There's some numbers on the screen. I guess we can talk about those.
Yeah, and looks like they even updated correctly, so that's always fun to see. Look at those best race times changing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zeph dropped her best race time by more than 3 minutes. She went down from a 43.54 down to a 40.32, so no PB, although, you know, getting a PB in a race should not be considered like... If you PB in a race, wonderful, but not PBing in a race is not anything to be ashamed of. It's just nice if it happens to happen. Still nice that she improved her best race time. Mad put on a good showing as well. Did he improve his best race time? Yes, he did. Actually, his previous best race time was 42.55. So nice
yeah,
job
he had a pretty rough first race. So I mean, I'm glad to see that he managed to calm things down. It was basically only that one early death, and then he played well after that. I think in his first race he took a lot more kind of costly mistakes like that here and there, and if he had done that again, Zeph would have pulled off the upset here. But both runners playing pretty well, so that's always good to see.
Okay. Well, I am just apologies for the delay on the interview. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull in our two peoples. 1, 2. Okay, so hi. How's it going, both of you? Hello. Congratulations on the race.
Thank you.
Yeah. Matt, are you here with us as well?
Yes, I'm here.
I see Matt is muted. He's
Wait,
just
you can't hear
playing a
Matt?
long time. No, I can't.
Hear.
Oh my gosh. Okay, he's talking. Discord's just going crazy.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. So I'll interview Matt, and Grim will stand here and look pretty.
Yes. That sounds good. Take it away, Sigma.
Alright, so congratulations on winning, Matt. Good job. You managed to pull, you know, a considerably better race here than in your first race. Going into this one, were you maybe a bit worried that, you know, you might have some, like, big deaths here and there and maybe, you know, another 40 plus time that you might lose with, or how were you feeling in general at the start?
I mean, I was expecting a lot of spaghetti, and there was a lot of spaghetti, so I got what I was expecting. Haven't done that much practice, so it went reasonably well for the amount of practice that I've done.
Yeah, always some tasty pastas. So I guess I'll ask you about one moment during the race. Early on, you took a death, I think, leaving from the wall jump area. So did that kind of like calm you down, so to speak? Is like, well, that's the worst that could have happened, so let's just play the rest, or were you feeling more nervous after that?
I mean, it didn't really upset me that much. I was kind of expecting a lot of things to go wrong, and a lot of things did go wrong. So, I didn't really get anything that I wasn't expecting there.
All right, well, you put on a good performance nonetheless. It's always hard to play through that kind of stuff in a race setting, so it was impressive to see you bump your best race time down by a fair bit. And I guess I'll just ask you one more thing. You have a couple group matches still left. I think you're playing... Who is it? Probably Wilson and Cutie Root. Are you doing anything in particular to prepare for those games, or just like maybe a reset round once in a while?
I'm probably going to be practicing quite a bit for that, especially the match against Wilson. I'm expecting to lose horribly to that one, but can maybe put on a good time for that.
All right, well, I'll be looking forward to it. I'll be sure to catch that one. That's, I think, coming up just in a few days, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll jump in here then, Zeph, and ask you some stuff. First question I want to ask you is sort of about the metagame when you're doing a race like this. Right before we started, I asked both you and Mad whether you were going to watch each other, and you seemed a little bit hesitant. Do you usually watch your opponents in races like this? Well, I guess that's my question.
Yeah, this is actually my first tournament like this, and well, with Mad and Same, like I've played against Wilson, and well, it's just this match I actually thought that maybe I had a slight chance of actually coming really close to winning. So yeah, I was thinking about watching him, and I actually did watch him, but yeah, it was pretty nice seeing him die at World Cup, and I was like, yes, okay, I can do this. I'm sorry for the death, by the way, but it's just, yeah.
No, I mean, it's a good feeling. You want your opponent to do well, just a little bit less well than you.
Yes, exactly.
My next question, which I'm just super curious about, how do you feel Ori sort of compares to Hollow Knight as a speed game? That's a very generic question, but I guess, like, I don't know, how do your practice strategies differ? What do you think are some of the interesting distinctions that Ori has?
Ori is way faster than Hollow Knight. It's a little hard to switch between games, actually. Hollow Knight is way slower. Ori seems very fast in comparison. I don't really know. It's pretty much the same practicing it, though. It's just the pace is very different.
Sure. Well, how are you feeling about your upcoming? You have one more match in this group, yes. Correct? Yeah. How are you feeling about that one?
Pretty okay. I mean, the worst is already behind me, so I'm really glad that. Well, it's gone pretty okay considering I just started running this. I'm very proud of myself in that part. Yeah.
Yeah, you should be. Ori's a hard game and just takes a while to. I've been impressed by not just you, but a lot of our newer runners at how quickly they've improved. You know, getting some really impressive times for how complex Ori is as a speed game. So, GG again to both you and you also, Madison.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I kind of want to close up because we do have 2 more races coming up here on Speed Gaming in quick succession. I want to make sure that our lovely, person who is a restreamer, Tara, has some time to prepare. Sigma, anything else you want to say?
I just want to say thanks to our runners for putting on a good show. Thanks to Tara, who's restreaming this and the following 2 matches. Thanks to our stats guys for helping us out, and thanks to you, Grim, for commentating with me.
You know what? Thank you too, Sigma. That was fun. Okay, stick around, everyone. We have 2 more matches coming up. The next race is going to be Snoopy versus Hydra, so we'll catch you real soon.